Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Okay, we are from the group T. First, my name is Sartina Lamia and my partner Mary Antriska dan Lina Natasha and my teacher name is Mulyani MPD M Tesol. Then we are from University Bina Bangsa Getsempena and our major is English department. Okay, now I will explain you about the seven types of meaning. Okay, first of all, I will explain to you what the definition of the seven types of meaning. Okay, pace of language conveys its dictionary meaning, connotation beyond the dictionary meaning, information about the social context of language use speakers' feelings and attitudes rubbing off of one meaning on the another meaning of the same words when it has two meanings and meanings because of habit occurrence. Broadly speaking, meaning means the sum total of communicated through language words. Phrase and sentences have meaning which are studied in semantics. Okay, I have explained to you the definition of the seven types of meaning. So, in this slide, we talk about the seven types of meaning according to which are as follows. For the first, there is conceptual or denotative meaning. Conceptual or denotative meaning is also called logical or cognitive meaning. It is the basic professional meaning which corresponds to the primary dictionary definition. Okay, for example, P can be described as voiceless, believable, plosive, and similarly. And the second is boy plus human plus male plus adult. And then the hierarchical structure of boy, human, male means adult, or boy, human, male, or female adult in a rough way. So in this case, talk about male or a female being the adult. So that is about the conceptual or denotative meaning. And the second example is the word woman can be shown as woman, male, and adult. On the contrary, word boy can be realized as boy, human, male, and adult. So, in this case, about the boy, boy, it is the formal. For example, like boy, we know that boy is human, and then we know that boy is male, and then um, the boy within a dog, for example, and then boy can be the children, and then boy can be the father, for example. So in this case, we take the boy or female or human is adult. Okay, the second is connotative meaning. Connotative meaning is the communicated value of an expression over and above its purely conceptual context. For example, like old age women not a trouser wearing or a sari wearing in Indian context must have shame defined connotation in this past because we see in this example that talk about the old women, for example, that they don't use the CD, for example, and as a child, for example. So that's mean the trouser, for example. And then the second example is women prone the traits emotional, gentle, compassionate, hard worker, needle, heartless pain, in heartless pain, for example. So, in this case, they talk about the women. How did women the hard work in the house, for example, and then how that women being the or have the emotional high career, for example, and then the women also so less the gentle, for example. And the third is social meaning. Social meaning conveyed by the pace of language about the social context of its use is called the social meaning. The social meaning is retired to the situation in which an interest is used. For example, ain't done nothing. The line tells us about the speaker, and this speaker is probably a black American, unprivileged, uneducated. Another example can be kemarin be a sport than be lalu. So this talk about how that nothing is poor people, for example. They don't have the education and they don't have the privilege, for example, or lifestyle, for example. So the social meaning uh, talk about how that they are create the some word, for example. And then the other example, that's mother formal, mom is colloquial, mama child is love language. So mother is formal or all of things girls have married and get the children, that is mom. And then mom is called local, for example, like we are called our mother is mom, for example. And the other people also say the mom, for example. And then the children always calling her mother is mom. So it's the verb we use mother in the formal or the local on the children of the personality. Okay, the fourth is affective or emotive meaning. So its mean for some linguistics it refers to emotive association or effects of evoked in the reader listener. It is what convey about the personal feelings or attitude towards the listener. So, for example, like home for asylum, soldier, or experience. And the second example is mother for a motherless child, a married woman will have especially effective imitative quality. That is, for example, like they have the meaning that the girls doesn't have the husband, for example. So in this case, they use the semantic words, for example. And then the second is you are fake is a tyrant and a violinist a retribution and I hate you. So or I hate you, your idiot. So it's mean when you talk the someone, for example, you cannot say about her body, for example, or the word is seriously, for example. You can use the semantic word, for example, because we know that it will make the effect to listener if you say that seriously or sound with what they feel, for example. And the five is reflected meaning and collocative meaning improve interact connection at the logical level of language. Reflective meaning arises when a word has more than one conceptual meaning or multi-conceptual meaning. For example, like pretty or cute and then handsome, good looking and etc. In this multi-conceptual meaning like a pretty. Pretty is that only you are the pretty, but you are the beautiful, for example. And then cute and many etc. etc. Okay, the sixth is collocative meaning. Collocative meaning is the meaning which were acquires in the company certain words. Words collocative or Q occurs sometimes only a big business partner, of which collocative meaning refers to association of words because of it is usually or habitual Q occurrence with the certain types of word. For example, like pretty and handsome and indicated than good looking. So the example of sentences is heavy schedule means a very tight schedule. So in this case, we have used the some words only, that is a schedule. And then the second example is first color, the color that doesn't fade. So this is also we use the words only or sometimes words only, that is the color. And the seventh is thematic meaning. Thematic meaning it refers to what is communicated by the way in which a speaker or a writer organize message in term or during focus and emphasis. For example, the following statement in the active and a passive voice have same conceptual meaning but different communicative values. For example, like Mr. Smith donated the first prize, and then the first prize was donated by the Mr. Smith. So, in this case, we have the conclusion that what the meaning of this sentence, that is the Mr. Smith give the first prize. So, in this case, the very communicative but have the same conceptual meaning. Okay, alternative grammatical consideration also gives the thematic meaning. For example, like he likes Indian good moose, and the second sentence is Indian good he likes moose. So in this case also we have the very conceptual talking or the communicative, but we have the conceptual meaning. For example, that some people likes good moose the Indian. Okay, overall, I have taught you or explained to you of seven types of meaning. Okay, in this slide, we have the summary of seven types of meaning. Okay, for the first, that is conceptual meaning. Conceptual meaning is mean logical, cognitive, or connotative content. And the second is connotative meaning. Connotative meaning, what is communicated by virtue of what language refers. And the third is social meaning. Social meaning is mean what is communicated of the social circumstance of language. And the fourth is affective meaning. Affective meaning, that's what is communicated of the feelings and attitude of the speakers to language. And the five is connotative meaning. Connotative meaning it's mean what is communicated by virtue of what language refers. And the sixth is connotative meaning, but the variance conceptual. That is what is communicative meaning, what is communicated through association with words which co-occur with another words. And the last is thematic meaning. Thematic meaning is mean what is communicated by the way in which the message organized in terms of order and a basis. Okay, in this slide, we talk about the conclusion. Okay, I cannot explain to you how about our conclusion, but you cannot see and you can read our conclusion. If have the something wrong, you can say to us, and then if you something is less, for example, you can also see in our conclusion. So that's why I cannot do explain to you about our conclusion because you have see in our PPT. Okay, the end our PPT is our about personality, for example, like who is our teacher in this subject, and then who is actor in this PPT, and then what is subject in this PPT. Thank you for your attention, and I said wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and see you next time.